today we got none other than Boss Trell, STL Boss Trell. Today, highly requested. And if you have not done so, hit the subscribe button because we're gonna go in, and you don't want to miss any more of these reports coming out. Happy Sunday! It's Sunday evening for me, so excuse me if I'm a little downbeat. It's been a long day. Not much coffee right now. But anyway, so yeah, I'd be remiss if I don't say rest in peace to STL Boss Trell. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started reading this document through. As I said before, hit that subscribe button and thumb the video up as it gets my videos out to new people who are also potential subscribers. So I need all those subscribers to come through. So anyway, thank y'all for everyone who subscribed so far, but let's jump right into this. So we have an incident. It is a battery aggravated handgun. And of course the occurrence location is there. The date, November 8th, 2012, 06, 49 hours. The victim is listed as a John Doe at this current time. And the demographics for this individual is a male black, age 18 approximately. There are two witnesses, one male black, 5 feet 8, 180 pounds, brown eyes, black hair, braids hairstyle, medium brown complexion, age 37 years. The second witness is a male black, 5 feet 7, 160 pounds, brown eyes, black hair, short hairstyle, medium brown complexion, age 68 years. Injury info, CFD first aid given, yes. Injury extent serious. And the hospital was Christ Memorial. Alright, and we have a narrative here. Event number 02408. Responding officers responded to a call of shots fired at above listed address. Upon arrival, reporting officers were met by redacted witness and redacted witness who related the following. George, redacted witness, stated he heard 3 shots and then looked outside when he saw John Doe victim lying on the ground in his gangway. Redacted witness stated that he was lying down in his bedroom when he heard 3 shots. He then went outside and observed John Doe victim lying on the ground in his gangway. Reporting officers observed victim lying on the ground and immediately requested an ambulance, CFD ambulance number 18. While being treated by CFD, the victim was lifted onto a gurney. Reporting officers observed a .40 caliber Glock. This weapon was recovered by 5813. While conducting canvass of area, 4 casings were located and recovered by BT 5813. John Doe victim was transported to CFD 18 to Christ Hospital in critical condition. All notifications made by BT 0830 on scene. CPIC notified at 80822. Police Officer Strickland. Alright, we're getting down to a second document. We have a method/CAU code, and this is still a battery aggravated handgun, and this document was submitted on November 8th, 2012. This is a field investigation method CAU code report. Victim, John Doe, male, black, 18 years approximately. Victim's injuries, gunshot wound by a handgun. You know he was transported to Christ Memorial. Method code, person shot. CAU codes, gang related. Witnesses, of course, male black 37 and a male black 68. Alright, getting down into the next document we have here. This is a case supplementary report, and this is a progress violent scene report. This document was filed on November 11th, 2012 at 13:33 hours. This is a field investigation progress violent scene report. Victims: Stewart Rodney L., male black, 17. Alright. And we have a victim, which is Stewart Rodney L., male black, 17 years. Birthplace, Illinois. Gang information, listed criminal organization, Gangster Disciples. Gang identifier, other. Alright, we know the victim's injuries is gunshot wound by a handgun. The extent is serious. Hospital, Christ Memorial. Weapons inventoried was a Glock 22, .40, semi-automatic pistol, semi-automatic 4 inches. Possessor user, Stuart Rodney. Magazine capacity, 14. Number of live rounds present in the firearm, 15. The status of this firearm is CLEAR, clear. And we have death information, motive code, gangs, cause codes, DNA, method codes, person shot, CAU codes, gang related. And they have the firearm recovered from when they lifted up Stewart's body. They have other property recovered. It's some 9mm shell casings, 4 of those. Fired bullet fragment 1. Fired bullet fragment 1. Swabs from the Glock. And a straw hat, interestingly enough. Owner, Stuart Rodney. Witnesses, as we mentioned before. Alright, here we have a victim, and this is an investigation. Of course, we have Stuart Rodney, male 117, gang affiliation, Gangster Disciples, St. Lawrence Boys. Alright, injuries, gunshot wound to the back of the head, taken to Christ Hospital by CFD ambulance number 18. Weapon offender, unknown make and model, 9mm caliber, determined by recovered shell casings. Victim, Glock 40 cal, semi-automatic handgun, B/S. Location was 2625 West 83rd Street in the gangway. Date and time was November 8th, 2012, on a Thursday at 06:49 hours. The weather at that time was cool, overcast, and natural lighting. He was identified by his mother. In the manner and motive, 3 to 4 gunshots ring out. Victim is found lying in the gangway with a gunshot wound to the back of the head. Victim is laying on a Glock semi-automatic handgun / gang related. Vehicle used, unknown at this time. And they're just documenting all the evidence here. No pods, no private video. You have some notifications here and some personnel at the scene. You have some more witness information. And we had another investigation here. This investigation was originally classified as an aggravated battery / handgun. The victim, Rodney Stewart, later expired from his wound. It is now classified as a homicide. The reporting detectives were assigned by Sergeant Kennedy, number 1742 of this command. The person shot at 20 Garcia related the victim had been removed from the scene by CFD ambulance number 18 to Christ Hospital. The victim had been lying in the grass of the gangway at 2625 West 83rd Street. He was on his right side with his head to the north and his feet to the south. He had a single gunshot wound to the head. Police officer Garcia also related to reporting detectives that when the victim was placed on the stretcher, a .40 caliber handgun was discovered underneath him. Reporting detectives observed the .40 caliber Glock handgun as well as a yellow straw type hat and blood-stained grass where the victim was originally found. A T-Mobile My Touch cell phone had also been recovered from the victim. Reporting detectives continued south into the gangway of 2625 West 83rd Street and noted a stainless steel lawn rake as well as 2 bullet fragments near the rear of the house. Recovered in the alley from behind 2623 West 83rd Street were 4 fired shell casings. Reporting detectives were then directed to 2638 West 83rd Place by B.T. Clyden and police officer duty. A red-gray Magna bike was found lying curbside west, facing west. Neighbors in that area did not identify the bike as belonging to anyone in the neighborhood. Nicole redacted at 26 redacted 83rd Place had observed a black minivan drive southbound on Washington at a high rate of speed shortly after the shooting. She then observed an unknown male, black, 14 to 17, wearing a black hoodie, tan pants, and carrying a clear-colored backpack. The unknown male, black, yelled for help as he ran from the scene. She did not get a good look at the unknown male black's face. BT 5813, E.T. Mazurowski, and another detectives arrived on scene and videotaped, photographed, and recovered the aforementioned items. Reporting detectives interviewed witnesses redacted and redacted independently. They have been inside their residence at Redacted Street when this incident occurred. Redacted related he had been in his bedroom when he heard 3 gunshots. Redacted looked out his front window when he observed the victim lying in the gangway. Redacted came outside after his father, Redacted, observed the victim lying on his side, bleeding from his nose. Redacted called 911. He did not know the victim. He did not see who shot the victim. Redacted related he heard 2 gunshots. He came outside with his son. Redacted, he observed the victim lying on the ground. Redacted yelled for his granddaughter to call 911. Redacted did not know the victim, nor did he see who fired the gunshots. Detectives arrived on the scene and related the victim had suffered a single gunshot wound to the back of the head. He was listed in critical condition per Dr. Omi. No identification was recovered from the victim's clothing. Detective DeStasio noted the victim had a tattoo on the left forearm with the words "Trap Money." Reporting detectives returned to Area Central, at which time the victim's cell phone rang. Detective Servant answered the cell phone and spoke with a female who identified herself as Redacted. Related the phone in reporting detective's possession had a number of Redacted. It belonged to her son, Rodney Stewart. She was calling from her other son's cell phone. Redacted provided reporting detectives with Stewart's birthday and last address, which resulted in reporting detectives finding Stewart's photograph under IR number listed. Redacted also added that Stewart had a tattoo, Trap Money, on his left forearm. Redacted not know where Stewart was currently residing, as they no longer resided together. She thought Stewart was staying in the area of 87th and Kedzie. McGee was directed to Christ Hospital. She related she would contact reporting detectives with any further information. Detective DeStasio identified the IR photograph of Stewart as the person he observed on the gurney at Christ Hospital. At 23:27 hours, Stewart was pronounced by Dr. Lee. The medical examiner's office was notified and requested Stewart's remains for further study. Stewart's body was transported to the medical examiner's office after harvesting of his organs. ME case number 144, November 12th, was assigned. Scrolling down to our next document is a canvas report. This document was filed on November 11, 2012, 13:39 hours. This is a field investigation canvas report. And of course, the victim is one Stewart Rodney L. And we're going to scroll down until we get to some new information. We do know the witnesses already, and we're getting into the investigation now. And this is a canvas, and they are going canvassing the scene of the homicide in the near location. So we'll read all the unredacted parts. Heard shots, did not look out window, no answer. Garcia was asleep when she woken up after hearing 5 or more gunshots. Looked at her cell phone and saw the time, 6:47. 1 to 2 minutes later, heard a woman scream. Did not hear or see anything. At approximately 0700 hours, heard 5 or 6 gunshots, but did not look out the window. Heard 4 to 5 gunshots, went to front window and looked out. Saw a bicycle lying on the curb. No person was near the bicycle. Went to rear of house and looked out window, but did not see anybody. Then heard somebody say faintly, "I'm shot." Heard gunshots, did not see. At approximately 0650 to 0655 hours, heard 3 or 4 gunshots, looked out rear window and saw cream or off male, thin build, 5'9" to 6 feet tall, wearing a white sweater, run west in the alley. Redacted, heard shots, did not look out the window, did not see or hear anything, did not see or hear anything, did not see or hear anything. Heard. This is a field investigation morgue report, and we know the victim is, of course, Rodney Stewart. We're going to scroll down. We know that they have witnesses and that this was gang related. All right, we have an investigation. Dr. Segovia performed an autopsy on the remains of Rodney Stewart and determined the cause and manner of death to be gunshot wound of head/homicide. External examination, gunshot wound to mid-back of head, lodged. Internal examination, 1 copper jacket and 1 deformed lead bullet recovered. The next document we have up here is a case supplementary report, and this is just a progress report. And this is a field investigation progress report. And of course, we know the victim is Rodney Stewart. So we're scrolling down to get to an investigation. And here we know the victim, and they interviewed some people. It seems to be a female, black, 36. This report is to be read in conjunction with any other reports generated under RD number listed. On November 12th, the reporting detectives met with the redacted victim, Rodney Stewart, at her residence at Redacted, related that Stewart had been staying with her at her residence since this past August. On the morning of November 8th, 2012, Redacted awoke at 0400 hours and found Stewart awake and eating breakfast. Redacted sat up with him for a while. After Stewart finished eating, they both went back to sleep. When Redacted woke up later, Stewart was gone. She did not know where he had gone. Reporting detectives asked Redacted if Stewart had any friends in the area. She related didn't know anybody in the area. Reporting detectives then asked if she knew of Stewart owning a handgun. Redacted stated she never saw Stewart with a gun. She had nothing further to add. On November 10, 2012, reporting detectives met with Redacted, the mother of Stewart, at her residence at Redacted. Related she last saw her son on Monday, November 5th, 2012. They had met at 63rd in St. Lawrence. She had given him money to purchase some new gym shoes. The next time she heard anything about her son was on November 8th, 2012, when the reporting detectives contacted her by cell phone to notify her of Stewart being shot. Redacted had no idea why Stewart would have been on 83rd Street, as she doesn't have any family or friends in that area. Redacted continued that Redacted had told her that Stewart had left her house at 0600 hours on November 8th, 2012. He had taken 2 bicycles with him to pawn. Redacted had told her this at Christ Hospital. Reporting detectives asked Redacted if her son carried a gun, to which she stated he probably carried one for protection. She had nothing further to add. Redacted was given Stewart's T-Mobile My Phone. And we have another document that is a progress report, and this report was submitted on February 25th, 2013. All right, we had an investigation. This report should be read in conjunction with any other reports generated under the RD number listed. On January 25th, 2013, reporting detectives spoke by telephone with LaTrafa McGee. She had no further information to provide in this investigation. And then we have a lab report. This is a field investigation lab report, and this was submitted on July 4th, 2014. All right. This report should be read in conjunction with any other reports generated under the RD number listed. The reporting detective received a lab report from ISP forensic scientist Brubaker regarding analysis of the above recovered fire cartridge case. All 4 cartridge cases had been fired from the same firearm. One of the casings was entered into the IBIS database. No identification was made. Analysis of the fired bullet jacket revealed it to be too mutilated to determine caliber and rifling characteristics. The metal fragment is consistent with a bullet core. The bullet jacket and metal fragment are unsuitable for further microscopic comparison. Detective Timothy Servin, Area Central Detective Bureau, July 4th, 2014. And that takes us down to the end of that document for Boss Trell. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely hit that subscribe button, as I'll be bringing you more exclusives and you don't want to miss it. Peace.